Welcome, Mike.
Welcome. The first two meetings for the 5th and the 12th are pretty straightforward meetings, so happy to field questions if there's anything on those two meetings. It's the last one on the 19th that has quite a couple of issues in there. So. Do you want to go straight into them? You don't want to move?
Okay, no, we'll do these two first. Okay, moved Ali, seconded Pauline. This is the meeting of the 5th of August, Part B and C. As we'll see, Part B, and the report as a whole. No questions? Put that. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, carried. And then the report of the 12th of August, Part B and C. Moved Pauline, seconded Ali. No questions? I'll put that. Those in favour, please say aye. Those opposed, carried. And then the 19th of August, Mike, you want to speak to?
Yeah, so obviously there's a Part A there around the Shirley Community Facility rebuild. So this came to the board and there's some good discussion and we were unanimous in the fact that we wanted to go for option 2, off my head, which was obviously going out for an RFP, which we believe was the best way to option 1, sorry, which we believe was the best way to make sure that we were getting, I guess, the best outcome for the community. So obviously that's lets people come in and do a bit of a private partnership with us to get really a facility that is more than what we could get with just using the council insurance money of I think around $2.5 million. So.
Cool. Thank you. Yep.
I just wanted to add to that too, that when I first saw this, I was very keen to get straight on with it and just award it, actually. Having said that, it's important that it is opened up and that people do feedback. The reason I was keen to get on with it is in all of the consultation we've done on this to date, the feedback from the community is get on with it. And you can see in the feedback from the community and in fact feedback from John Philsell that 3-4 years is long enough. So to do this properly with the RFP was really important to us so that there were no hiccups or judder-bars in moving forward with it.
Okay, Pauline.
I'll just add to that too. There was one of the community meetings about this particularly, it was just recently, was actually hearing from everybody exactly what they wanted the new centre to do, and Crossways representatives were there to hear what the function would be and then work the form around that. And they were really, really engaged with everybody and really keen to get this right, so that the old centre there had many rooms, I don't know how many, 15 or something, and it was really humming. So they know what is expected of the community and they're going to work together to get this thing. So I think it's going to be a really good example of a collaborative process.
A quick one.
Thanks, Mike. I was just interested in page 52, number 10. The Shirley Community Centre Trust would like to see a council-built facility back on the original site. My understanding is they were the previous managers of the site and yes. Of the facility. So what discussions have been had with them in regards to this proposal, and is there a way in which the two groups can work together?
So they actually made a deputation because they were looking for obviously the second option where the council built the facility and then obviously put out for someone to manage, similar to what we've done to the St Albans community facility. But I think that limits us for what we can actually put in there, given the amount of funding available. And they're more than welcome to put forward a proposal using option 1, that we'll obviously have a look at and see what is the best option. But we just felt from listening to what the community says and what we hear, that the best option was to put it out there to get the best facility for the community groups. And there's a lot of community groups that have used that facility in the past from all over Christchurch. And I guess the beauty of the RFP is we could have a look at what Crossways are recommending, because there is some concern that being a church group that others will be excluded from it. And that will help in the obviously their proposal to make sure that is not going to happen and is open to all community groups.
How can you do that through a closed RFP process?
Closed, how's it closed?
When you go into the evaluation process, it's generally done in public excluded. You sign confidentiality agreements and you have to evaluate the thing. Well, okay. I mean, I guess what I'm really interested in is, do you feel confident through the RFP process that you can address the concerns that have been raised, and quite extensive concerns, if you look at page 53, around the development of the proposal? I mean, my fear is that the RFP is a closed process. It doesn't allow you to address those concerns.
Well, I was at that public meeting where these comments have come from, and the support was generally very high, and people were putting in more positive suggestions and offering positive feedback. There was only a couple of people, and it's a historical thing for the group that ran that when it was still there before the earthquakes, have got a real tie to it, and I can understand that. But Crossways are happy to involve them as well. So don't be too swayed by some of these isolated comments. It's about getting this process right and getting it done.
Yeah, well,
I think it's important, though, to...
RFP process and actually being very clear about the outcomes that they want to achieve.
The concerns that are raised, I refer everyone to clause 6.3 of the report. I'm not sure on what page it'll be from you guys, but it delivers. There's about 43. There's about 10 identified safeguards that will be included in the RFP document to make sure that the board decision makers are fully aware of all of the issues, and these were put in at partially the request of the board and partly on staff recommendation. The board requested that board members are on the evaluation panel, that the decision of the evaluation panel is reported to the board. The board makes a decision, and then that goes to council for ratification. So we certainly felt the board had enough safeguards to cover any questions that may arise.
Thank you very much indeed. I think there's pretty general support for this. Can I maybe put the motion? Okay, I'll put it. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? It was moved. Pauline seconded Ali. Sorry, slightly about face. Right, that report as a whole be adopted. Those in favour, please say aye. Those opposed, carried. Just thank you very much. I think that's the end of you.
No, I just wanted to talk about another item in that meeting, item 10, which Jenny spoke to at the start of the